All right, happy Monday, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. We got a small 7-game slate, but still there are some plays I like today. So I got 5 best bets for you guys. We're going to cover every game as usual. Another wild Sunday in the MLB. If you told me Grant Holmes was going to have 15 strikeouts and they were going to lose by like 10, I'd say you're crazy, but Rockies -9 was the play, I suppose. Kind of all over the place. We had 9 sweeps this weekend. That is insane. So there's only one team left in the MLB who has not been swept this season. It's the Cincinnati Reds, obviously. Makes sense. So Yankees and the Mets were also unsweeped, but then they both lost yesterday. So wild day. If you picked dogs yesterday, congratulations. You had one hell of a day. Let's talk about these games, get some best bets in here. Philly and the Marlins kicking us off here at 640. Mick Abel going up against Sandy Alcantara. Now, Alcantara's had 2 okay outings, but if we look at the previous 8, he got absolutely smacked around. So Phillies are starting to heat up a little bit. They've won 4 in a row. Now, that said, the Marlins won 3 in a row, but we've got to look at their opponent. So I'm not going to get too excited about that one. But this is one Marlins coming back home, Phillies on the road. So both teams traveling, so no advantage there. Abel's been really good. My only concern is hard hit percentage is through the roof, 55%. Average exit velo, 93 miles an hour. So it does scare me a little bit, but he's been fantastic. I feel like he should be showing some regression, but he really hasn't too much. On the season, 1-0. He's got a 2.35 ERA, but he is giving up a 241 opponent average. Alcantara's got a 7 ERA, 252 opponent average, almost a 5.5 ERA at home. Give me the Phillies. We're getting a nice line to take the Phillies. Now, I will tell you, when the Phillies are -135 or worse on the road this season, they are 5-12. So, trends don't necessarily support it, but I do really like the Phillies in this spot. Phillies face Sandy on April 18th in Philly. He got smacked around. He went 2 innings, gave up 6 earned runs. So pitch mix looks good here for the Phillies. He throws about a fastball 50% of the time. Throws a slider, curveball, and the changeup. Now, curveball and changeup haven't been the strongest for the Phillies over the last 30 days, but I do like this spot, rolling in with some good momentum. Bryce Harper is supposed to be back in the series. I think technically today is his window to return. I don't know if he will, but that would be great if he came back today. So, 2 best bets in this one. Phillies on the money line, and we are going to take Sandy Alcantara over 2.5 earned runs. Like I said, he is over that line in 8 of his last 10 games. So we've got a great hit right here. Just going to take it. All right, next game is going to be the Rockies and the Nats. Nats -205 or whatever it is, -196. That's pretty crazy. Nats haven't been -195 or more at home since 2020. It's been 5 years since they've been this big of a favorite. Now the Rockies have not been good on Mondays, but neither have the Nationals. Combine them and they're 2-10. Rockies are 1-6 on Mondays. Nationals are 1-4 at home on Mondays, so not good. If we look, now that's respectively home and away. So Rockies are 1-6 away. So the Nats this season, both teams really trends toward the under. When the Nats face a lefty at home, they're 3-9 to the under. Rockies in the first game of a series, they're 2-10, 3-9 to the under. I don't know if I can get behind an under with these 2 pitchers, but technically I would say the data supports an under. In terms of the weather, it's going to be okay. Nothing too crazy. It's going to be 71 degrees, and there is going to be wind blowing in. So I think that's why we see a 9. It just feels really high, but Palmquist hasn't been great. It's got like a 7.2 ERA and 3 away starts. Jake Irvin's got about a 3.5. Do I give the edge to the Nationals? Yes. Can I get behind them? Absolutely not. I guess it's run line or nothing here. Nationals have lost 8 straight games. They are 1-9 in their last 10. Rockies are 3-7, and they won, obviously, their last game in extremely convincing fashion against the Braves. So everything here points towards the Rockies, but I don't know if I can pull the trigger on that. I don't think I can. So it would be the under or the Rockies for me in that one. Angels and the Yankees. Angels coming off getting swept against the Orioles. Yankees coming off getting swept against the Red Sox. So both teams are 3 for 3 in the L column. Both teams are 5-5 in their last 10. Angels on the road this season are 18-21. Yankees at home are 21-12. So got to give the edge towards the Yankees here. But man, you're paying a hefty price. So we're going to throw them in a little 3-leg parlay today. So that's how I'm going to approach that. Jose Soriano, pitch mix doesn't look great. He did get rocked a little bit in his last outing. On the road, he's given up about 3.2 ERA. Clark Schmidt at home, about a 3.5. I don't mind the over. The wind is blowing in, but it's two teams that can hit. So I don't mind the over in this one. I could see the Yankees just absolutely popping off in this one. So I don't really see an angle to take the Angels personally. All right, next game is going to be the Orioles and the Rays. Should be a really good series. We do have rain potential in this one. There is a 38% chance of precipitation. We have a slight wind blowing out. It's going to be 87 degrees. Zach Eflin going up against Ryan Pepio. Pepio at home. He's been all right. He's got 9 starts. He's got a 3.57 ERA. That said, the Rays are 2-4 when he pitches at home. Eflin on the road. Orioles are 4-1 when he's throwing on the road. But I think we're getting a great value to take a hot team in this Rays team. At home this season, they're 23-20. On the road, the Orioles are 14-21. Both teams, like I said, on a nice little streak. They both won 3 in a row. Orioles are 6-4 in their last 10. Rays are 7-3. Eflin, to me, when I'm looking at the Rays, I want to see how guys do against lefties. Eflin's given up almost a 290 average to lefties. Pepio's been really stout against lefties. So, it's Rays for me in this game. I wanted to jump on the Orioles. I think you're getting okay value. Kind of like a Nerfy, but not going to take a Nerfy in this park with the wind blowing out. I think that's very dangerous. So give me the Rays on the money line. Also kind of like Rays team total over 4.5 at plus money as well, but I have it very tight in this one in terms of that number. My models kind of vary between the Rays getting 4.5 runs and 4.9. So it doesn't really cross the 5 line. Next game is going to be the Red Sox and the Mariners. Logan Gilbert coming back, facing Lucas Giolito. Obviously, Red Sox on a nice little winning streak, but they got to travel all the way across the country, East Coast to West Coast. Mariners are staying home after sweeping the Guardians. Gilbert, I'm not too worried about him. I think he's going to come back fairly sharp. That said, his pitch mix doesn't look great. Fastball and splitter sinker kind of pitch is about 55% of what he throws. Red Sox are second hitting both of those. They do struggle with the slider, and they're pretty decent against the curveball. So I kind of want to take an over, but my God, I hate taking over-unders in this park. We saw it yesterday. We were on the over. Mariners score 5 in the second inning, and we still don't hit the over. So extremely frustrating, but I do expect the Mariners to get to Giolito. But my God, you're getting really good value at plus 156 to take the Red Sox. So it would be Mariners, but can't pay this price. Mariners or the over 7, but I do think Logan Gilbert deals pretty good tonight. All right, next one, Astros and the Athletics. No pitcher officially named for the A's, although I think it's going to be JP Sears. A's are 3-8 at home in the first game of a series this season so far. It's going to be 82 degrees with a 9-mile-an-hour wind. It's going to kind of be blowing in and out. We got an over-under of 10. Lance McCullers Jr. on the other side. McCullers been great on the road. He's got 3 away starts, hasn't given up an earned run yet. Splits look pretty good. 125 to lefties. Little high to righties at 280. JP Sears is getting crushed by righties, 343 average over the last 30 days. Hard hit percentage is fairly high. Exit velo is high. Runners in scoring position, he's struggling a little bit, almost a 270. And he's got a 6 ERA and 5 home starts. So can't really get behind the A's in this one. This line would have to be a little bit higher. So give me the Astros, and we will pair them with the Rays and the Yankees to complete our 3-leg parlay here. All right, last game on the card's going to be a really good one. It's going to be the Padres and the Dodgers. Shohei Ohtani is scheduled to throw probably an inning. I can't see him going longer than an inning. and then we'll see somebody else come in, whether it's Ben Kasparius, whoever. It's essentially going to be a staff game. But it would be interesting to see Shohei, throw the ball around tonight. Now, this one, Dylan Cease has been a Dodgers killer. He's thrown fantastic. He just pitched against them last week or the week before, pretty recently, and absolutely dominated them at Petco Park just throughout the course of his career. He's never got rocked by him. So I think there's value taking the Padres on the money line here. We're going to do a half a unit on the Padres. I don't love it. I typically don't back Dylan Cease, but just something about this team. He just pitches very well against them. I kind of like fading the Dodgers coming off Sunday Night Baseball. Dodgers this season at home in the first game of the series, they haven't been dominant. They're 6-6, so nothing crazy there. Another play I like that's not on the card, but Manny Machado over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. He's over this in 8 of his last 10. He's been on an absolute tear. He's got, I think, 3 ABs against Shohei, and he's 2 for 3. And he's hit the ball very, very hard off of him. So he's seeing the ball really well, has some decent numbers against Shohei for that first AB. So I do like Manny over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs today. Wind is going to be blowing out. It's going to be 72 degrees. So that over 9, it looks juicy. But like I said, Cease just has too good of numbers against this Dodgers team. So I think it's worth a half a unit stab there. See if we can get the Padres on the dub there. All right, best bets for today. We're going to take the Phillies on the money line. Like I said, Alcantara has just not been great. Over 2.5 earned runs in 8 of his last 10. Just got rocked by the Phillies in April when he faced them. So we're going to take the Phillies and Alcantara to go over 2.5 earned runs. We're going to take the Rays on the money line. We're going to back Pepio against his old team, or Eflin going up against his old team. And then we're going to take a half a unit play on the Padres on the money line. And then we're going to do a little 3-leg for 0.3 units. Going to be Phillies, Yankees, Astros on the money line. If you don't want to play Phillies, Yankees, Astros will be fine. It's going to take you to like plus 140 something. So that could be another angle. If you don't want to double bet Phillies, completely get that. But short game, 7-game slate. So like some of the plays, like I said, Manny Machado would be my next lean over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. So appreciate you guys tuning in. Good luck today, and I'll catch you in tomorrow's video.